And of course, welcome back, guys, to the grand finals of Pinnacle 2. And man, have we gone a long way to come to this final match. We have for you guys a very exciting best of 7 instead, using the crew system still, of course, between Strifecro and Lifecoach. Strifecro and Lifecoach. That's actually pretty hard to read. So Strifecro does start the winners bracket with a 1-0 advantage. In that they both still play 4 decks, they both still have 1 coup, but Strifecro has an additional advantage because he's coming off the winners bracket, where he gets to revive one of his uncoup decks and actually gets to play it again anytime during the series.
Yeah, it's obviously a really big benefit coming into a winner's advantage. Not the revival more so is sort of the bigger one to me than just actually having to win 4 games versus 3 games. But that is a big deal. But now it's like if he loses with one of his decks that he felt like it was an extremely good matchup, he can just revive it and queue with it again. That's all the difference in the world right there. But none of the stuff that they've played before this matters. All the people they've beaten and all the toils and troubles they've had and perhaps however lucky they may have gotten, none of that matters anymore. What matters is this one single match where first place is 2,500 and second place is, sorry, not 2,500. And as you just said, winners of all the pinnacles are going to get a special prize.
Oh yeah, special prize, special thing, something like that. We haven't announced it yet, but hopefully that will be a bit soon. So obviously, make sure the incentive there. I even know if the incentive is there if you don't know what it is, but that's a thing. Anyhow, it's kind of like crazy like that, right? Every pinnacle has a little bit different changes, of course. The next pinnacle we're looking at, if we're gonna do one, I mean, we do have to organize a few things before we announce them. It's gonna be a larger invite bracket. Of course, there are 32 players that were playing in the qualifiers. We want to make it a little bit more, and hopefully can stream the last few matches for you and record them as well. So those are some things we might want to change up. So yeah, it can be pretty cool.
All exciting stuff. So we talked about a little bit about the revivals and how much of importance that is, but I want to talk specifically about why it's so important, especially in this one. So if we take a look at the decks that these players have, they are split right down the middle. I mean, both of these guys are basically playing the exact same lists. And so what ends up happening here is it's a matter of how it ends up developing. Lifecoach has got to be exceptionally careful with his coup because Strifecro can't revive his coup deck. He can only revive a deck that he's actually lost a game with. So the way that these ends up panning out, we saw Strifecro coup Lifecoach's handlock earlier, and that ended up being a big deal. I'm curious if that same line of thought is what he's going to have coming into this, or if he's going to change it up for one reason or another, because it looked like he was struggling a bit in some of these matchups, and where it looked like Lifecoach just dismantled the handlock, and it wasn't really that big of an issue with him. I'm curious if Strifecro feels the same way that he did before, which he usually does, or if maybe he's thought about it a little bit. Because again, we are in a wide open format now where there is no Undertaker anymore. So all the strategies and deck building, all that sort of stuff, has definitely made a big difference in how you think going forward.
Yeah, I mean, deck preparation definitely does have to account for a more mech mage filled meta with paladins thrown in, and of course the ever so druids that you can't really play around druids, I guess. But I mean Black Knight, I guess. But sometimes Black Knight doesn't even play around the combo druid, right? It only plays around the ramp druid. So yeah, even more choices that you need to take account for in deck building. Of course, we're waiting for that one deck that beats Mech Mage consistently. And hey, throw it out there. If you can make a deck that beats Mech Mage and Druid, then you're getting #1. Okay, there's no question.
Then keep it a secret and don't tell anyone.
Yep. Keep it a secret. Well, that's gonna be a little bit harder when games go very long. So maybe it's just a zoo deck, right? Maybe it's just like, yeah, let's just bring back Zoo, and that's perfectly fine.
It's the same old zoo decks you've been running.
Yeah, I mean, Zoo has been doing fine without Undertaker for the longest time, right? Let's see the Shield Bearer back. Oh boy.
I actually really like Shield Bearer. I thought that was a great addition to that deck when it happened.
Yeah, but that back then when the power creep level was kind of like in the classic mode, and of course with every expansion, everything has to edge forward, right? Otherwise, why would you use the new cards? And why would you even want an expansion? So yeah, you just gotta adapt to the changes and move along. These two players are, of course, one of the masters of adaptation, and we'll see what they're gonna choose as their first deck.
I think it's gonna be handlock again.
Oh,
I
unlock.
think,
Okay,
yeah, I think both of them are gonna go handlock, just based
that's
on
okay.
twos. Of course, that's where it
Such-
changes, and both of them are like, "Well, I'm a mage, I'm a druid." Like, come on, man, you guys queued up handlock both last time.
Yeah, it's a very
Make a
interesting
decision.
assessment too, right? Like all of these matchups seem kind of fair, interestingly enough, right? Like Mech Mage is hard to deal with Handlock, but Paladin is good against Handlock. Druid is kind of doing his own thing, but Mech Mage is pretty good as Druid as well. Paladin kind of stomps on Druid as well. So man, it's like a kind of like a super crisscross circle.
A super crisscross circle is exactly what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Like if I had to draw one shape and then describe that shape to the public, it would be a super crisscross circle
Oh man, it's definitely the thing.
for sure.
So yeah. Of course, Lifecoach is still thinking of his deck. Strifecro is ready to go, and we'll have to see what he does.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the coup and wondering where exactly it's going to be placed. Is the Strifecro, if he cooed Warlock last time, like why isn't he cooing Warlock this time? That's what I would want to know. And maybe he wouldn't coup it this time because they don't get the same like a mirror match like they had last time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I think Strifecro is gonna stick to his plan. Why wouldn't you want to stick to his plan if he actually beat Lifecoach, like really hard?
Well, this is
So
where we're going to find out. Okay, so he needs like he cooed Warlock last time,
mhm.
but this time he queued up Paladin versus Warlock instead. So if he doesn't coup here, that means he thinks this is a favorable matchup.
Right.
That's what my read is.
Okay. So let's see. I mean, I know Strifecro is a big advocate of running one equality instead of two, just for more answers and whatnot, and also running one quartermaster instead of two as well. Just to make his hand a bit smoother. But oh,
Wow, Lifecoach chooses to coup this time.
that is weird. Paladin is actually scaring Lifecoach enough that Strifecro that he's just gonna coup it away. But then didn't he get a lot of wins? Didn't Strifecro get a lot of wins with his handlock deck?
Strifecro he gets little wins with all of his decks. That's how Strifecro works.
Mm-hmm.
But I I don't really know exactly why Lifecoach would coup there.
Huh.
I guess because he saw Strifecro mulligan all of his cards too, and it may have been influenced a little bit by his opening hand choice, where
Right.
he didn't have a 4-drop and he was gonna have to pitch his whole hand away.
Uh-huh.
That definitely could be influencing it. But now I'm really curious how it goes forward from here.
But that is so weird. Like, I'm not sure. Like, if you're gonna pretend it's a ban system, okay? And you want to ban your opponent's class, would you ever consider banning Paladin?
Yes.
Oh my god. I remember that's not the answer I'm looking
Short answer, yes, I would consider banning it. Now, am I going to consider banning it over Mech Mage right now? For me, the answer is no. Mech Mage has been the deck that's been beating everything too. I don't get this. Like we've seen
Right.
Mech Mage beating everything.
Yeah.
Why are these people still not cooing Mech Mage? This is like the exact same thing we saw during the Hunter era, where it's everyone complained about how overpowered Hunter was, and frankly, it was. It just won every single game, and then we saw match after match after match where nobody ever banned Hunter, and it was just
Yeah.
astonishing to me. It was like we had 2 mana Unleash and Buzzard, and people were like, ban Druid. What? I was like,
Oh man.
all right, and then the guy would ban his Hunter, and then he would just get steamrolled by Hunter 3 games to 0. But
Yeah.
point being, it's there's lots of different reasons that are going into effect for why they're choosing to queue here, and why Lifecoach is choosing to queue the Paladin. I don't exactly know, and it's tough to discern it because we don't have enough information really about it. It's like the matchups look like they line up pretty well, and the other thing too is if he coups the Paladin here, Strifecro gets the first lead on whatever deck he wants to play against his handlock too. That's the other thing that I'm seeing as a problem. So
Oh,
unless he thinks that Strifecro picked the exact deck that he wanted to queue against handlock with, I would tend to just go with the matchup and see what happens.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? The Ramp Druid against the Handlock. It
Yeah,
reminds me of Strifecro versus Orange, where Strifecro just healed his opponent to the death.
yeah. I mean, that's definitely a strategy that I think is going to come into effect here too. Strifecro has a great opening hand, not only to deal with handlock, but just a good opening hand in general. It would handle aggro problems if it had it. And it's just going to be able to scale really well. He's got Big Game Hunter and Zombie Chow. Like, wow, he's actually going to coup. Okay, I'm blown away now. The only reason, okay, so here's what I'm thinking now, is when Strifecro queued up Paladin.
Okay.
He thought that Lifecoach was going to queue up with handlock, and was okay with the matchup.
Okay.
So, Lifecoach, not being okay with playing against Paladin, chose to coup.
Okay.
Strifecro's intention in the entire match is to coup against Warlock. And that's why he queued up Paladin, is because the Paladin versus any of the other matches, except for Mech Mage, he'd be fine with. So if he ran into Mech Mage, I think he would have queued that with his Paladin deck. But otherwise, his intent was to coup the Warlock, and that's why he led with Paladin. Because if Paladin queues into any of the other decks, he can take the match, and if he queues it against Warlock, he can. But it's like, yeah.
You know what? It sounds so fantastic, your explanation, but it might be right. It might actually be right.
It's just, I mean, it's really tough. Lifecoach he's the person who he's very predictable in that he has a certain kind of style, but that predictability and style doesn't make him easier to play against. I promise you, I've played against Lifecoach. I promise you, it doesn't make him easier to play against. But he has a certain level of predictability. The problem with that predictability is that his plays are always so strong. So that's where you're having the problem actually beating it. So Strifecro, I think being able to identify that pattern here just has a slight advantage in the coup choices because he can identify that part of Lifecoach's game.
All right, well, here we go. It's going to be a Ramp Druid versus a Mech Mage. Lifecoach is actually picking the Mech Mage into the Ramp Druid. So it's like kind of different viewpoints of this matchup, right? Like me and you, Admirable, I actually prefer the Ramp Druid in this matchup, but you think the Mech Mage is just a bit better.
That not only that, but he's also got the copies of Mirror Entity.
You're right. But of course, Ramp Druid have Zombie Chow to actually heal themselves. Like, the worst feeling in the world is your Mirror Entity actually heals them for 5, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Ramp Druid has the necessary tools to deal with this board. Oh, turn 1 Zombie Chow. Hello. Welcome to Zombie Town.
Yeah, he's also got the mind control tech, and he's got a copy of Wrath too. So.
Are we gonna see the mind control tech on the Dr. Broom again?
Gosh, for Lifecoach's sake, I hope not. But for the tournament and my entertainment's sake, I'm gonna say yes.
For your entertainment, oh man, I'm sure a lot of people agree with you in chat though. For their entertainment as well. Well, we'll definitely have to keep that in mind. But for now, Lifecoach has to think whether he wants to coin a mad scientist or wants to coin a mech warper or wants to do something else entirely.
This is pretty tough. I think I would tend to coin mad scientist here.
Yeah, I mean, get it out as soon as possible. You don't want to. But then once again, he's only drawing that 1 copy of Mirror Entity, right? So as soon as he draws it, the mad scientist stream is over, right? It's just dead. So better use it before you can't. All right.
Strifecro goes to their Zombie Chow. Yeah, Lifecoach would have been really sad there.
Mm-hmm. So, well, this is a pretty annoying hand for Strifecro, if anything, right? 2 swipes is definitely not really what you want to see.
I don't necessarily think it's what you don't want to see.
All right.
It's like, I think he would rather see other things, but yeah, I think he's okay with swipe. It's going to help him extend the duration of the game.
Right.
So that he could just play big fat minions.
Kind of reminds me of Shadow Bolt when Hanlock did run that card. It's just to, like, you know, drag it on a little bit more.
I'm curious what he chose here. It looks like to me like, wow, that's really, really strange.
Just kill it off like that?
Yeah, like why wouldn't he just use? Why wouldn't he just attack it?
And just hero power?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with this way, he can actually kill this mech warper off without. Oh, wait a minute.
Remember, he could have killed the mech warper off the other way too. He could have just.
What you mean? You mean the mad scientist?
He could have attacked the mad scientist, and then and then he can just do the exact same thing with the zombie child. He can just attack this in hero power.
Well, yeah, but then at the same time, your opponent can just hero power it down, and then you have nothing, right? and then they still have a secret. So I guess it's like a temple thing. Over here, like the problem with the shade being mirror entity is that your opponent's shade goes first, right? So they get like extra value. And of course, if you do play the shade here, then you're not gonna kill the mech warper, and that is a huge problem.
I think you definitely play the shade here, and
Really.
if they play another minion after this, like you could just fight for the board. He's got 2 copies of Swipe in his hand.
Oh wow, Strifecro's choosing not to do that. Mech warper is actually dangerous enough to warrant a kill here with the hero power. I actually do agree with that. You never know that, you know, sometimes they just drop like Spider Tank and like Chugga, and then you're left with 3 minions that are really strong. You know, it's hard to deal with.
An instant turn from Lifecoach.
Yeah, I mean that was obvious, and he actually didn't bluff anything, which is cool.
I suspect Wild Growth hero power now.
I suspect that too. I think that's very, very strong.
Before, I'm curious if he would actually pop this mirror entity or not, though, because that was the same problem we saw Deathlord have. He didn't pop mirror entity, and I was like, well, you're gonna have to do this eventually. You can't just win without playing cards. And then he didn't win without playing cards.
Yeah. Well, I guess you also really want to proc the zombie chow off the mirror entity, right? I just don't think you want to use the shade. The funny thing is, actually, the mirror entity might be might become a negative thing, because if Lifecoach ever has 3 minions, Strifecro could just force another minion on his board and just MC Tech, right? So I guess MC Tech is kind of like a soft counter to mirror entity.
Oh, Archmage gets drawn.
Not quite what you want to see right now, I guess. Swipe seems pretty good here. Scenarios does not seem pretty good here.
Swipe's not even really that good here. It just starts to get something done. This might be a turn where actually he plays Shade and Extramus, I think.
No, really? Do you really ignore the potential of MC Tech within another minion drop?
Oh, he's gonna swipe instead.
Yeah, I think swiping is correct.
He's got to find a way to make ground on this. And this is why I don't understand why he didn't pop the, like if he just would have popped the mirror entity earlier, he wouldn't ever have this problem again.
Really?
Like your opponent would have a shade that's growing.
The shade that's growing is actually a big problem with druids, right? I mean, innovate shade is actually very, very annoying for druids to deal with. Like, I mean, here, wouldn't you just play the shade here and play the?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what's going to end up happening. So this, I think this mind control text is really important now.
So I think actually Strifecro played this super well. You know, just like not proc that mirror entity as soon as you can. And
oh my gosh, what if he takes the shade?
What if he takes a shredder?
Oh!
Strifecro uses mirror entity on himself. That was pretty insane.
Wow. He's got a pretty big board all of a sudden here too. And
wow.
Lifecoach is stuck with 2 7-drops in his hand.
Oh,
and actually yeah, this is wow, this is brutal.
Oh my god.
I wonder.
2 shades that are gonna start growing, and once again, mech majors are not running AoEs just for consistency issues. So
right. I'm gonna take back what I said about this mirror entity shenanigans. I'm gonna take two shades, Strifecro, 2 shades.
Oh, you get it? 2 shades. You know when they make those words and then they put on shades and then go like hell yeah, or yeah, or something like that, right? That's like an internet meme, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I was thinking more of the French, the touche, like when they're dueling. And it's on guard and the fencing.
Okay.
When you get touched by the dueling, you say touche.
I'm not following.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna
Strifecro gonna follow the 16.
Under Admirable's weird folder, okay? I'm gonna file that there.
Well, I'm gonna watch chat when this happens and see what ends up going up.
5-ball's gonna come here for temple play, and Strifecro needs a little bit of help here actually.
The second swipe is okay.
Swiping a Shredder here doesn't seem that bad, right? Because if you swipe it and you take up the Inertron, the Clockmaster does turn back to 1 attack, so you can hero power down safely. And of course, use the shade to kill something else as well.
Sure. It depends on what pops out of the Shredder.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of mechs that are 2 mana, that's for sure.
Yep.
A lot. But I still think that's the play. Do you want to... You can't keep the Shredder alive because otherwise the buff is like keeping the Card Master really, really strong. You do not want to take any more damage in this matchup. But, oh man.
Yeah, I was just about to mention I don't mind playing just Druid of the Claw here. And like hero powering the Annoyatron and start punching stuff. Because you're heading into turn 7, your opponent didn't do anything on turn 6, so I think you assume at this point he has like Dr. Boom in his hand.
Okay.
So Annoyatron's gonna fall, and then I imagine the Galvin, the 2/3 slippery bogle or whatever I don't even know what the card's called. Slippery bogle. Okay, I'm gonna keep calling him Slippery Bogle.
Slippery
kills that. He kills that one. So if Lifecoach wants to kill his Shade this turn, he's actually not able to play the Dr. Boom, which I'm pretty sure Strifecro's ready said he got something like Dr. Boom in his hand.
Oh, and this is really setting up for a good scenarios turn next turn as well. Wow, so this is actually really... It's like watching an artist paint a masterpiece, really, right? Just navigating through the field, and oh wow, Lifecoach is forced to play the TTT instead, and gets the worst spare part possible.
Yeah, that one's definitely not good right now.
Man, when you put an Antonitis down, you want the Antonitis to stick on the board. You don't want it to just, do nothing. Oh, you know what? That's actually bad. Because you actually have an issue. You actually have a rewinder target now, right? Yeah.
Oh gosh, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. It actually isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It actually makes the spare part actually do nothing, right? And usually spare parts kind of do nothing. Mech Mages wants to make the spare part just into a fireball, right? And not lose tempo as well. So, yeah, I guess it's not that bad. Shay gonna hit the dome here, and oh man, do you just use the boom here?
Oh, this is looking really tough. I mean, this is a lot of damage he's facing, and Strifecro also has Azure Drake Swipe next turn.
Oh boy. Huh.
I wonder.
Dr. Boom it is.
Yep. So Strifecro actually going to be able to kill both Dr. Boom and the Tinkertown Technician too.
Right, of course. But it just depends on how he does around things, right? I mean, the Boombots obviously, make some counting issues a little bit more awkward. But yeah, it's just problem solving and playing because it has such a wide range of damage, like 1 to 4, right? That's a 400% increase. You just need to play till most of the things happening, right? You can't play with all the results.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go with Dr. Boom here. All right, so 2/2 trees into Dr. Boom. Azure Drake comes down. Swipe on Dr. Boom. Prior to the swipe on Dr. Boom, 10 damage to face.
Good plan. Good plan. Zombie Chow also. You can also play Zombie Chow first and soak up some bomb damages on that instead, right? I mean, healing your opponent for 5 right now doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you.
So let's see here and attack first. There you go.
Yeah, that's an important one.
Want to backfire.
That's an important one.
Clock. Lifecoach's board has just got decimated. Boombot. Oh wow, the Zombie Chow does soak an attack. It's exactly what Strifecro wanted.
Gosh, this position looks so brutal now for Lifecoach. How on earth does he get out of this?
Power of Ramp Druid. Let me tell you. The power of MC Tech, really.
Yeah,
right?
MC Tech I think is basically won this game.
Yeah, that won the game.
What to do?
Right? Basically, what MC Tech did was disable a secret, and it was a 3/3 to summon the 2/2 Shade. That is actually insane. Oh my lord. Who needs to play Kazan Mystic when MC Tech just does it anyways, right? Why would you play a 4-mana 4/3 when you can play a 3-mana 3/3 achieve the same thing?
Yeah. The 3-mana 3/3 does more than Kazan Mystic does.
Yeah. All right, and activates it immediately too, right? The secret doesn't need to turn. Oh boy, life coach is definitely on the pickle here.
Getting an Ancient Watcher out of
What to
the
do?
pilot shredder just like insult to injury.
Yeah.
You require my assistance.
You require my assistance?
This is the play he's got, but it's just gonna get checked immediately.
Oh man, rewinding the Ancient Watcher.
6-11. He's facing down 15. He's facing down 16 points of damage. So Strifecro actually gonna have to put some damage into this Archmage first.
Yeah, that's right, because it is 1 damage off of lethal.
You know, maybe that zombie chow was a bad choice.
Oh shoot, you're right. Maybe. Oh man, in hindsight.
Uproot or riot.
Uproot or riot? I mean, $2,500 on the line. Maybe Strifecro doesn't mind the riot. Oh man. So yep, thinking of trading here, which is yeah, it's pretty good. And of course, Strifecro's looking at a 2-turn setup for lethal. So whatever he does here, as long as he has lethal next turn, it's a good move, right?
Yeah, I like that he's not choosing to use the shade and his life total as a resource here. It's so unnecessary right now. You're about to have about 16 million health worth of minions on the board,
Of course.
and you're putting your opponent at a very low life total. Where the other way, you put yourself in range of 2 fireballs.
Right, of course. And whoa!
Yeah, that would be really weird.
That would be super weird.
Uproot or riot.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh! What? Strifecro? You ballsy man. Oh my god. Wait, why is Strifecro leaning back?
Looks distraught. I think he actually misclicked it.
Did you misclick that? No, like if I misclick something like that, I would pretend I knew what I was doing, you know?
A Strifecro has made my day.
Oh man, he heard you. Oh man. He looks pretty distraught. Like yeah, he looks like, you know, I didn't really want to do that.
Well, he's got the game in the bag now. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, Strifecro. Strifecro.
Yeah,
Hang
calm
on.
down.
Hang on, bro.
Yo,
Oh,
Strifecro. No.
what? Strifecro?
I have no.
No! What is happening?
Strifecro misses lethal, and this game is going to extend. I don't think there's any circumstance where it matters. But my goodness, you do not see this very often from him. I have to believe that his misclick from last turn, like, has like temporarily blinded him for a moment. Like, and he's like, I can't believe I misclicked. How could I have done that? I never misclick like that. What am I doing?
Yeah, I think it's showing on his face too. Oh my god. What?
Yeah, it's still not going to matter though. There's just no way.
Not
for,
gonna
like,
matter here.
Yes.
No.
He's actually going to fireball himself. Oh, it looked like he put it in himself.
Please.
Yeah.
Well played.
Strifecro
wow.
ends it. Uprooted Ancient of War. You do not see that very often. Strifecro delivers. You guys got to stop rioting, by the way. You have to quit.
Yeah.
You have stop. He uprooted. That's it.
Strifecro's the man, guys. Strifecro's the man.
Just knew.
Yeah. Wow. That was interesting. The last
Yeah.
2 turns, definitely. But I mean, still, analyzing the game, it was still MC Tech that got Strifecro to win, and holding it along with the shade because he knows it's a mirror entity. It just did him wonders.
Yeah.
So let's not have that misclick. You know, tune dumb that away down that play. That was amazing.
Wow. That was unbelievable.